Hi, Katie Devine here with You, Me, and Usborne. Do you know a child who needs help with a specific subject or needs aid in learning? Well, we have lots of great tools. Here's the learning palette. There's different cards. This one is phonics. You place it right here onto the learning palette. You have these different little pieces. In this case, it's a solid yellow. So we would find the solid yellow picture here. There's a cake. So I know that cake starts with a k sound, and I find that right here. I then can turn this over, and this is self-correcting. And I can find out that, check me out, I'm a phonics genius. What's great about this is not only does it have a lid that locks these pieces in place, but it also comes in all kinds of different categories. So again, this is phonics, but it goes all the way up until 3rd grade level reading. There are 3rd grade level math as well. There's all different kinds of levels. It comes in this pack here. You can get all kinds of your different subjects that you're covering here. In this case, I have alphabet and blends and digraphs, reading comprehension, nouns, verbs, and adjectives, or vocabulary level 1. But you can get these individually as well. We do sell replacement colored discs if you ever lose them, but again, with that locking mechanism, they're pretty safe. We also have our Wipe Clean series. This is first letters. We also have first numbers and alphabet, but it also goes all the way up until times tables. So these are wonderful activities to keep the children engaged and learning, all with this dry erase pen that comes with it. We also have wonderful ways to practice math. Here's our times table lift the flap book. We also have lift the flaps fractions and decimals, addition, all kinds of things. And so this can really help because it has the different flaps to really help the children understand, in this case, fractions and decimals, which can be something that's a little complicated. Some adults still have difficulty with this, right? So it shows a 6th, and then a 6 plus a 6th equals a 3rd. And so you can kind of compare the different times, or in this case fractions, to each other, the different sections. Sorry, there we go. There's a fresh flap, and so it also helps them more easily understand it. It's got these bite-sized chunks with the little flaps so that they can retain the information while they're learning. We also have different activity books. Here's times table activity book. Again, addition, subtraction, first math, all kinds of different activity books as well for those who like puzzles and practice activities. In this case, it helps them learn the tables from 2 times to 12 times in just a fun manner. We have our story writing books. This is my first story writing book. It has the lathe flat spiral binding. That's covered. Oh, this is my son's book that he wrote. But there's, you can see they can write inside of it. It has all these different prompts, and we have these all the way up to write your own adventure stories, write your own comics, creative writing book as well. We have different reference books, such as our classical music reference book, which goes over the history of classical music, different reasons it changed, different eras, different artists. Here you see music for entertainment, music and monarchy, all kinds of things. And then at the very end, music and painting, words and music. At the very end, here's a timeline of classical music history as well. A lot of these books have different QR codes throughout to add internet links so that you can get more information, in-depth information on those pages. Here's our timelines of world history. I think this is fantastic. Hardcover, again, great reference. It goes from the Stone Age up to the millennium. It covers different areas. So here you see Europe, the Middle East, Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Those headings change depending on which era they're studying or covering at that moment. But then you can look up specific dates and see what's happening all around the world. So during the time of ancient Egypt, instead of just thinking about ancient Egypt, what's happening in other places? You know, kind of giving them the bigger picture of the world and of history. And then at the very back, there's listings of different kingdoms and kings and queens and presidents and all kinds of great information as well. And then of course there's an index at the back so that you can look things up by person or topic, so that, you know, in case you don't know the exact dates. Then we have our encyclopedias. Here's our Encyclopedia of World History. We also, here I'll show you a quick glimpse in that. This is our hardcover bound version. It does have prehistoric man at the front, which is not my favorite, so I like to warn that. This is a combined volume though, so it has several books in it that we carry to save money. We do have the world history again, the science encyclopedia, and the geography encyclopedia. You can buy all three and save money that way. All three have links on each page. The science version has the QR code, but you can look for each dual page spread. You can see, like, here's gravity, and they would be actually able to go to our usborne.com quick link site where they can find more information on whatever that subject is. So in this case, cars and motorcycles, they can go and they can see activities, videos, demonstrations of all kinds of things that have to do with cars and motorcycles. So this is really great to get in depth with those different subjects that you might be covering. There's also our here's our Thesaurus, not your everyday illustrated Thesaurus, because here it's divided by subject throughout, different tips for writing stories. There's word games, ideas for things to write about. And then if you need to look up a specific word and you don't want to go by that category, you can of course look in the index as well. We have our illustrated grammar and punctuation book, which is an easy to use guide that leads you through different aspects of grammar and punctuation. You learn essential writing skills. There's very clear explanation, fun illustrations, and lively example sentences. There's even quizzes to test on your knowledge. And then finally, we have our illustrated dictionary. This is just great. You can see, instead of just your plain, boring dictionary, this is great for ages 9 to adults. It's written in a friendly, accessible language, and there's over 1,000 superb color illustrations. So there are so many different things to help your student along. Let me know if you need any help finding anything additional.